Good morning. It is day 16. It is my older daughter Lottie's. It is her 4th birthday. So I am very excited to her birthday. She is still sleeping. So I'm out on a run. I wasn't planning on going running this morning, but I remembered what I was doing 4 years ago. Right now, I was about to be admitted into the hospital because I had a C-section with her and I had a couple complications. So I remember that it was hard for me to even walk down the driveway of my parents' house. Like, people had to help me walk down the driveway, and I couldn't get into the car myself because she was breech and she was pushing on some of my organs. So I was not doing so great. And so I decided I'm going to run to celebrate how far I've come and kind of celebrate myself because it is about her today. But I always say Lottie was drama from the jump. It wasn't challenging. I had a tricky pregnancy with her. I had a pretty rough delivery with her. I had the C-section and some complications after that. So I am out on a run celebrating all the cool things that my body can do. So I'm doing that. I also didn't sleep very well last night, mostly because I was anxious about her party, because it is her first friend party tomorrow. So I'm nervous just about that. We have a family party today. Yeah, so that's where we are with that. What else did I want to say? I've been pretty behind on a lot of things with being out almost every night working. The dance show went super great, and the moment you've all been waiting for. Actually, I don't feel like giving the fandom rant today, so I'm not. I'm going to give a different one. It's about test knits. I have not signed up for any test knits, which is rare for me. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I've signed up for a test knit. I have one left. So this is a tricky one. But again, just my opinion. Not going to name and shame any designers, but here's what gives me the extreme ick. When a designer puts out a test knit call and they call for testers, and one of the clauses for testers is two of them, but this one's the extreme ick. One of the clauses for testers is that if you don't test it, if you don't complete your test knit, and without a reasonable explanation, that your billed for the whole, your invoice for the entire price of the pattern. But I don't know why it doesn't sit right with me, because you're volunteering when you test knit. It's a lot of time. It's at the minimum, if it's a hat, maybe 3 hours. If it's a sweater or some kind of garment, I've tested a jumper before. Yeah, it's a lot of time. It's somewhere between 3 and 100 hours that you're volunteering for. And then it feels like you almost have to submit your absence request to the attendance office or the designer, which I get you should communicate with the designer, totally. But I don't know, it's like, I'm gonna bill you because you got my intellectual property, but the pattern wasn't in its finished state. Like I said a couple times before, I've gotten a couple patterns that were really in rough formatting, not at all formatted similarly. And usually test knits have errors in them. So you're working on it. So you're not working on it. So I don't know. That's like billing your volunteers because they didn't show up to their volunteer shift. I don't know. Seems shady. I also don't love when designers say how many times that you have to share their project to be considered to the test, that you have to agree to, I will share 3 stories and 2 grid posts, and that sounds like you're marketing testers. You're not test knitting the pattern, right? We don't require it. You don't have to post anything about it. We want to know about the errors. If we've made any, we want to know how we can improve the language. Sometimes it's not even errors. Sometimes it's just formatting stuff, or we didn't knit that size, or we want to see what it looks like on other yarns. But I don't like the must have a public Instagram, must have. Sometimes when they straight up say that, like, oh, we're looking for an aesthetically pleasing feed. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Things that I find aesthetically pleasing make my sister shudder. I have this lovely, Chaley, it's lovely, red Christmas sweater. I love it. It's red and hot pink, and it's a commercial. It's from H&M, but it's a colorwork sweater. I love it. I think it is very aesthetically pleasing. My sister, when I'm like, I'm gonna wear my sweater, she knows exactly what sweater I'm talking about, and she's probably gonna say, oh God. But I think it's aesthetically pleasing and my sister doesn't, which is fine. It's my sweater. But like, who's to judge that? So then it seems like designers are picking it's a little Mean Girls. It feels like you have to, you know, I'm doing Mean Girls musical, that's why I know the rules. On Wednesdays we wear pink. You can only wear your hair in a ponytail one day. If you can't wear jeans or track pants except on Fridays. Like, it's all those rules. Like, I don't know. It just seems like a lot that we have volunteers who are helping us. Especially the larger name brands that do it. I'm like, do you really, like, I totally understand that don't share the pattern. And like, if someone's doing that, I get it. But like, if someone doesn't finish your test knit and they don't communicate with you about it, maybe you just don't pick them next time. And yeah, and maybe that's enough, that it doesn't have to be so punitive, I guess. So I don't know. So that's my rant about how test knitters are treated in terms of all of the requirements that they have to have before you test. Truly, that's not how Shaylee and I do it. In full transparency, basically everybody gets into our test until the sizes fill up, is pretty much how we do it. And sometimes I forget to close the Google form, so then I make the test knit bigger. So if you're ever trying to test for us and you don't get in, it's probably just because I filled up on sizes. I definitely didn't search your feed to see if you matched our vibe or anything like that. It's maybe because I ended up with, like, one time I wasn't paying attention to a test knit, and I guess it was super popular, and I got like 16 people who wanted to test size 2 on our socks. I was like, ooh, that's a lot. So then I closed that size, right? Because I don't really need 16 people doing it, but you know, that's also fine. That was my bad for not paying attention to the call. So obviously, but I'm also the drama teacher who casts everyone in her show, because you can sit with us. You can do things with us. We are happy to include people. I was not the popular girl in high school. I was kind of the nerdy band kid and the nerdy drama girl. So I don't like that mean girl vibe. Sometimes I accidentally have mean girl vibes with my rants, but it is not an intentional, calculated mean girlness. It's just sometimes who I am. So, yeah, I don't know. I also just don't test for those designers, right? Like, that's how I approach this. Like, if I read all the requirements, and if it's like, you'll be invoiced if you don't fit it, I just nope right out of there. I'm just like, nah, never mind, this isn't the test for me. I don't like that kind of pressure. I'm usually good at meeting the test deadlines. Not this fall. I did a bad job this fall. And I communicated with all the designers, don't worry. Yeah. So maybe if you're a designer, reevaluating. This is a practice you do. Or not. Do what you want. It's your design. All right. I will see y'all later. All right, Lottie and I are going to unbox my Christmas Eve box by Stitches. This was a holiday swap organized by Courtney of Shea Crochet and McKaylee of Breaking Yarn and Anna of Zebra Yarns. What did we get so far?
I didn't put the wrapping paper off.
Just the wrapping paper. All right, let's see. Reach on in there. Ooh, oh. What do you think? We have, which bag do we think? You're doing that one first? Okay. What did we get, Lots? Ooh. This is Heidi and Lana. It is seed fingering and superwash merino nylon. It's called Duck Egg and Milk Chocolate. What do you think, Lottie? Do we like this?
Yeah.
Yeah? Super cute, huh? I like the speckles. Would you like to be in charge of holding it? Or do you want to open the next present?
I want to open the next present.
Okay. Ooh, oh, there's stuff. It sounds like jingly. What do you think it might be? Wait,
I want to open it.
oh, is it stuck?
Yeah. Thanks.
Ooh, ooh,
I know who
ooh.
does more.
Don't throw them. Ooh, look at all these minis. Minis.
There's so many.
Ooh. What is
Oh, and these scissors.
Oh, these are pretty. We're going to use our careful hands with scissors, though, right?
Okay. I'm going to carefully take the scissors out for you.
Can I show the camera? Look how beautiful these scissors are. All right, these are pretty sharp. Okay, so I'm going to show you, but I'm going to do safe carry, okay? I know, these are wow, wow, wow.
Here's more.
Ooh, look at all these cute little minis. Do we think there's something I think there's something inside it. You want to look?
New Tetmars.
Open them up, check them out. I got this cute little pouch.
Oh, it's hard to open.
Ooh, what do you think that gold one is?
And supposed to be a little. It's a little ice cream.
It's a little ice cream. It is. Let's show them. It is. Oh, this
We
is.
got a little ice cream.
We got a little ice cream. That's perfect for your birthday today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to close that up so we don't spill it on accident?
Sure.
Thank you. What else is in there? Is that everything?
That's not everything.
There's. Ooh.
Wow, another pouch.
Another. Oh no, I think they're coasters.
Yeah.
Do you know what coasters are?
Yeah.
What are coasters?
They where you put a drinks on.
Yeah, where you put your drinks on them to keep them nice and.
But I want to show them.
Okay. Make it go close to the camera so you can see the detail.
We got toasters.
Coasters. All right. Shall we do a recap of oh, we didn't do the envelope yet.
So yes.
It's a letter. This is from, let's see. Yeah, Danielle of Midwest Stitchers. Of Midwest Stitches.
And then I'm gonna show them today.
What is this, Lots?
This is a little ornament
Where are we gonna put it?
on the tree.
Excellent.
Well, we're gonna have to put the tire on the tree too.
Yes. Thank you so much. This is beautiful. All right. So recap. I got this beautiful sock set of yarn. It is a Heidi and Lana seed fingering. We got this lovely crocheted ornament that we're going to put on our tree. These beautiful pair of scissors. Stitch markers.
We got some toasters.
Coasters. This pouch and
we got a rainbow. Well, where's the rainbow? Oh, we got a coloring saw mini. Mostly teal rainbow
Mm-hmm.
and dark colored yarn
Mm-hmm.
and rainbow yarn.
Which one is your favorite, Lottie?
These two.
You like bright colors?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they the same yarn or do we think they're different?
I think they're different.
Oh, okay, because one has blue?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we say? We say thank you.
Thank you.
This is gorgeous. I'm super excited. These are going to go into my Cozy Memories blanket and my Granny Square, my Granny Advent.
Where's the one and pop the different one, right?
Would you like to have those to pop them? Though we must keep them away from your sister, right? So that she does not accidentally choke. So if we play with them, we're going to play with them in the craft room?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you again. Thank you so much. We are going to do some crafting. You ready? Hello, it's day 18. I don't really have a rant for you because I am absolutely buried under grading right now. The semester ends on the 21st, which is in 3 days. So that means all of my students are scrambling to turn in late work. And what can I do to raise my grade? And I'm getting all of the Miss Koizumi, if I don't get an A or if I don't get a B, I can't play sports the next season. And this is one of my least favorite times of teaching because, well, on the one hand, I feel for them for wanting to play a sport, for not being able to qualify for something. But on the other hand, you kind of got to turn your work in on time. And I've been grading a lot lately because I take the makeup work and I try and be understanding, but I'm pretty overwhelmed, and I know a bunch of other teachers are overwhelmed as well. So it's a really tricky time. And it's a tricky balance of wanting to be understanding and flexible and compassionate, but also it's a lot to grade. Like, I had a student turn in 20 late assignments and I teach 180 students. So even if all my students just turn in one late assignment, I'm looking at 180 extra assignments on top of my regular grading. So I'm struggling to keep up with it. I'm struggling to make sure I try and keep a decent work-life balance this year. So there's that, but I am wearing a knit top. This is I think it's Davis Square Henley. I knit it last year. The yarn is Knitted Wit. I got it from Fillory, and it's designed by Soph Knits a Lot. I really like it. It is a full length sleeve. I modified the sleeve to do like a bubbly sleeve, where I just knit it straight. I didn't do the increases, and then I just rapidly decrease. I saw the Crazy Sock Lady do this, and I think I actually like my sleeves better this way. So there's that. Oh, but I do want to tell you, this is making me insane. I think I need to block it, which is my own doing because I haven't blocked it yet. And one of my least favorite things about knitting is sewing on buttons, which is ridiculous because I make a lot of cardigans and I love to wear cardigans, but the buttons are not my friends. So I'm sure this is going to be a combined vlog over probably like a 4 or 5 day stretch because I'm just struggling to keep up with all the things. And unfortunately, the thing that falls by the wayside is the vlog because it's not my full-time job. I am obligated to my full-time job as well as to my family and to other obligations. So I did open the Christmas Eve box. You've just seen it. And then, so I have this goal of like using all of the yarn so that it doesn't go into my stash. So I have like yarn stash, which is my cubbies. And then I have my stash staging area, which is under my desk, which I do not consider a part of my stash. until I put it away. So anything in my yarn staging area is stuff that I need to use. And I think my sister is going to totally wreck me when she knits all those DK socks and then keeps giving me all the scraps. So my goal for 2024 is stash no more 2024. Which doesn't mean I'm getting rid of my yarn stash. It means I'm trying to not put anything into my stash. That if I purchase a yarn, if I get a yarn, I work with it. Not that it just doesn't go into the abyss of my stash. Because I'm sure lots of us do. We've got yarn stash from years ago. Some of mine are 10 or 15 years old. So that's my goal is if I get a yarn, I knit with it or I give it away. If I'm not immediately inspired, but usually when I buy something, it's because I want it. So that's my goal. I'm sure I'm gonna get wrecked at Christmas time, but it's a soft opening. It's a soft release of this where I'm gonna go like commit to it in January, and this is my testing it out. Can I actually manage it? So far, it's been really great. I've put a bunch of the smaller self-striping scraps into my Cozy Memories blanket. I cranked up the sock tube already, and I'm gonna knit that. So far, I'm feeling really good about it because my stash really overwhelms me. And I don't know why. Yeah, it really overwhelms me. So that's the plan of Stash No More 2024. Comment below if you want to join me on it. It's very informal. Maybe we'll make it like some kind of knit along, some kind of thing, and we'll do some giveaways with our patterns and stuff so you can use up some of your yarn stash. Yeah. So I will see you probably tomorrow.